What's going on, Hoop Junkies? My name is Gina Rufino, her name is Ricky Flores, and we're here to give you your weekly dose of the BTV Dugout. Now, in the past couple of weeks, there's been a certain issue that's been grabbing the headlines of the local sports teams. In fact, this issue has gotten so big that it's even reached the attention of the Philippine Senate. I'm talking, of course, about the new UAAP rule.
Now, lots been said about this new UAAP rule concerning high school students and the 8 UAAP member schools. A lot of athletes have already voiced out their opinions about this said rule. And you know what, like you said, the Senate recently concluded their own inquiry about the rule.
Now, usually here in the dugout, it's very fun and light, and we, I like to have fun a little bit. But maybe it's time to get a little bit serious, just a little bit, so we can dissect and go further into this rule so that you guys can understand it a little bit better. Watch this. The controversial UAAP rule was passed last March 2013 by the UAAP board with a vote of 5-2. The schools who voted yes for this new rule are Adamson University, Far Eastern University, De La Salle University, University of the East, and University of Santo Tomas. The two schools who voted against the rule are the Ateneo de Manila University and the University of the Philippines. Meanwhile, the National University abstained from the vote.
Under the revised eligibility rule, high school players who will transfer and bring their act to another UAAP school will have to undergo a 2-year residency. Now, before this was passed, UAAP's eligibility rule requires a transferee to serve a 1-year residency, which can be waived if the student's original school releases him unconditionally. The new rule no longer allows waiving of the residency period.
This new rule took a lot of criticism, especially from the social media world. One person who really showed her dismay toward this is Senator Pia Cayetano, who immediately ordered for a Senate inquiry concerning the new UAAP rule. According to her, the rule is meant more to protect the institution than the students. Cayetano, who was once a student athlete, also said that she would make a formal recommendation to the UAAP board for the residency rule to be repealed and bring it back to just 1 year.
On the center of the particular issue is prized high school recruit Jerry Pingoy of the FEU Baby Tamaraos. Pingoy, who was a 2-time UAAP Juniors MVP, was said to be planning a transfer to the Ateneo de Manila University. Now, with this new rule in the picture, should Pingoy transfer to the Blue Eagles, he will only be allowed to play in the 2015 UAAP tournament. Meanwhile, if he remains in FEU, he can play in the 76th season of the UAAP, which starts in July of 2013.
Now, here are some players who could have been affected by this rule if it was implemented during their time in the league. Socrates Rivera and Mark Lopez, who transferred from FEU to UP. BJ Manalo of Ateneo, but then transferred to De La Salle University. UST's team captain, Jerry Fortuna. And UP's Martin Reyes and Migs De Asis, who all graduated from De La Salle Zubel. Juniors MVP Joseph Marata of UPIS, who transferred to De La Salle, and UP Fighting Maroon Mike Gamboa, who came from Ateneo High School.
Okay, so just to play devil's advocate, let's say this new rule, makes the schools better. What if they're encouraged to better their sports program so that athletes won't feel the need to actually transfer?
Okay, you know what? I actually kind of understand that.
Okay.
I kind of understand it. But my biggest issue with this rule is actually not even about sports.
Okay.
All right? These are student athletes. And to deprive them of going to a higher education institution where they will better themselves for life after school. Remember, this is what it's all about. It's not just about them being in a school program, playing basketball, swimming, tennis, baseball, whatever. It's them to prepare them for their lives after that.
Okay.
All right? Now, if you deprive them of going to an institution which, let's say, has an expertise in a field that they're interested in, that's just not right. That is just absolutely ridiculous. I mean, you're just, it doesn't favor the student at all whatsoever. Remember, they are student athletes, student first, athletes second. And again, it's the responsibility of the institution to make them better for life after school. And I think this rule is something that we have to look at again, because I just don't believe it. I think it's something that's you know what? It's just tough to swallow. It's just it leaves a very bitter taste in my mouth.
I see that. Now, I'm gonna cut you off right here until the dugout becomes like a 1-hour special. So, we wanna hear what you have to say about this new rule. Send in your opinions, please. You can post it on our Facebook fan page. You can tweet BTV Hoops on Twitter. Gina Rufino is his Twitter handle. Ricky Flo is mine. This has been The Dugout. We wanna hear from you guys, and we'll see you guys later.
Remember, it's supposed to be about the students.
I know.
Not the institution, not the school. That's...